Now let's discuss the best city. So I feel like the best city for you depends on a few factors. It first depends on how is the city you're currently living in? How is that for you? Because if you know for a fact that you want to be hands-on and you want to self-manage your short-term rental and you're in a city that has a decent sized population, I would say you check the short-term rental market in your area and it's doing pretty well. I would get something in your city just because it's going to be a lot easier to be hands-on when you're doing everything yourself if the property's close to you. I would say the cities that I would recommend, just ignoring the income really quick, the cities that what I would recommend have a decent sized population. First of all, if the population is very small, you're not going to have a high enough demand because, I've seen this for myself. So like the rural areas, like a population of 4,000, 5,000, I would say if it's less than like 10,000, it's going to be pretty difficult to have enough eyes on your property just because it's a small town. I've seen for myself that the rural areas do suffer. I've just seen there's definitely a correlation between population and demand. So if you have a city with a population of like 20K up, it should be pretty easy. I mean, I have a lot of properties with a population of 20K, 30K in the city. It does really well. So that's enough for me to feel like it could have a high enough demand. Another issue with properties in like a rural area. So not only would you potentially struggle with demand and not have enough bookings, but also you have to consider the help that you're going to need. So you're going to need contractors to do certain things. It's going to be a challenge to find contractors that you need. But there might be just a few people who specialize in the service that you need. And that's another reason why I don't take clients who have properties in rural areas, because I know I'm going to be struggling with not only occupancy, but getting the help that we need. Based on that, just don't recommend rural areas. And I do recommend a population of, I would say, if you can choose, then 30K and above. Another thing to consider is short-term rental restrictions. You have to have a permit or license. You have to abide by the regulations that they've set. If you don't follow the rules, then you have the potential of getting your license revoked. You might also be fined. The neighbors rat you out or something. And then, maybe your guests disturb the neighbors. They can just let the city know, and you have to kind of be under the city's thumb. So yeah, that's something to consider is the short-term rental regulations.